Ever wondered how Japanese homes manage to look effortlessly expensive without spending a fortune? Today, I'm revealing their secrets. There's an art to making a home feel luxurious. And in Japan, it's not about designer brands or flashy furniture. It's about subtlety, precision, and intention. Every object, every texture, every corner tells a story of calm, order, and understated elegance. Today, we're diving into the Japanese art of making any home look expensive. I'll walk you through practical steps you can apply in your own space, regardless of budget. These are habits, principles, and tiny tricks that transform ordinary rooms into spaces that feel like they belong in a lifestyle magazine. The foundation of the Japanese aesthetic is built on a simple principle: less is better. Japanese interiors thrive on space, not stuff. When a room has fewer objects competing for attention, it naturally looks cleaner, calmer, and more expensive. Negative space becomes part of the design, and every remaining object becomes more meaningful. Clutter, even small clutter, immediately breaks the feeling of elegance. The easiest way to transform a home is to start with surfaces. Counters, tables, shelves, and visible tops are the first places the eye lands when entering a room. When they are crowded or filled with random items, the entire room feels busy and inexpensive. Clearing surfaces allows the room to breathe and instantly elevates the atmosphere. Keep only what is necessary or beautiful. A simple arrangement, like one decorative piece or a small plant, is often more impactful than several items competing for space. By removing excess objects, the attention goes to the quality and balance of the room rather than the clutter within it. Japanese homes emphasize movement and openness. Even when the space is small, the layout is designed to maximize flow. This doesn't require a full renovation. It simply means arranging your furniture so pathways are clear and the room feels easy to move through. Walk through your room slowly and notice where you naturally hesitate. If furniture or decor blocks your path or visually disrupts the space, reposition or remove it. Wide, open pathways make the home feel bigger and more refined. Spaciousness communicates quality, even when the room itself is modest in size. Luxury in Japanese interiors does not come from bold color or striking contrasts. It comes from harmony. A calm color palette, natural textures, and soft lighting create a balanced environment that feels high-end without the need for expensive items. When these three elements work together, the home feels intentional and serene. Japanese homes often use a palette built from whites, beiges, soft browns, warm grays, and natural wood tones. These colors don't fight for attention. Instead, they blend seamlessly and create a soothing backdrop for the room. Choosing 2 or 3 complementary tones keeps the home visually consistent. You don't need a designer to achieve this. Simply remove loud or mismatched colors and aim for calm, neutral combinations. This kind of palette creates a timeless and expensive feel because it never overwhelms the senses. A luxurious home isn't about having a lot of decor, it's about how things feel. Japanese interiors place great importance on texture. When you combine materials like linen, wool, ceramic, glass, and natural wood, the room gains depth without relying on bright colors. The key is balance. No single texture should dominate the room. Soft textiles, smooth surfaces, and natural finishes work together to create a quiet richness. When textures are layered correctly, even simple furniture appears more sophisticated. Lighting is one of the strongest contributors to the atmosphere of a home. Japanese interiors make full use of natural light. Instead of heavy curtains, they use sheer fabrics or shoji screens to allow sunlight to diffuse gently through the room. Natural light softens edges, highlights textures, and enhances the colors of wood and fabric. It gives the home a warm, calm glow that makes everything look more expensive. You don't need dramatic lighting fixtures. Simply allowing daylight in and using soft, indirect lighting in the evening elevates the entire home. A home's furniture determines more than comfort. It determines the overall impression of the space. Japanese interiors focus on furniture that is simple, well-made, and correctly proportioned. The goal is to support openness, not overwhelm it. Rather than filling a room with many inexpensive pieces, Japanese interiors emphasize having fewer, better items. A single well-made wooden table or a high-quality chair adds more character to a room than several lower-quality alternatives. This doesn't mean everything must be expensive. It simply means choosing materials that age well, like natural wood, cotton, or simple metal. When furniture is solid and thoughtfully designed, the entire room feels more grounded and elegant. Scale plays a major role in how a room feels. Oversized sofas, heavy cabinets, or large tables can make a space feel cramped and heavy. Japanese homes frequently use low furniture, which gives rooms a more open feel and keeps the sightlines clear. When furniture aligns with the size of the room, the space feels balanced. The eye moves from one area to another smoothly. A properly scaled room always feels more expensive because nothing looks forced or out of place. One secret behind the clean look of Japanese homes is hidden storage. Items that aren't needed immediately are tucked away in cabinets, drawers, or baskets. Even small clutter, extra cords, loose papers, or random objects can reduce the feeling of refinement. Keeping storage spaces organized ensures that visible areas stay calm and intentional. The fewer items left out in the open, the cleaner and more polished the home appears. Hidden storage creates visual simplicity, which is a key element of luxury. Accessories are where minimalism becomes elegance. Japanese interiors avoid over-decorating. Instead, they choose a few meaningful items and place them with intention. The result is a space that feels curated and refined. Instead of filling walls and shelves with many small items, Japanese homes focus on one or two well-chosen pieces. This could be a framed print, a ceramic bowl, or a small flower arrangement. Each object is given space so it can be appreciated fully. When decor is curated instead of crowded, it elevates the entire room. It shows purpose, restraint, and confidence in design. Materials play a big role in how luxurious a space feels. Matte finishes, natural wood, textured ceramics, and linen fabrics all bring a sense of quiet quality. These materials don't demand attention, they enhance the atmosphere subtly. You don't need expensive pieces to create a premium look. Choosing the right materials gives even simple items a refined appearance. Bringing nature indoors is a common practice in Japanese homes. Plants add life, color, and freshness to a room. A single plant placed thoughtfully can completely change the feel of a space. It's important that the plants are well cared for. Healthy greenery contributes to a luxurious, well-maintained atmosphere. Incorporating natural elements ties the interior to the outside world and brings balance to the room. Even the most beautifully designed home can lose its sense of quality when daily habits slip. One thing Japanese homes excel at is consistency. They don't wait for clutter to pile up or for dirt to become noticeable. Maintenance is built into the lifestyle, which is why their spaces always look calm, polished, and expensive. A core principle behind Japanese housekeeping is to take care of the home a little bit every day. Instead of dedicating an entire weekend to cleaning, they incorporate short, manageable routines into morning or evening schedules. Spending just 5 to 10 minutes a day maintaining visible areas makes a dramatic difference. This includes tidying surfaces, wiping down countertops, putting items back where they belong, and giving floors a quick sweep. These tiny tasks prevent buildup, so the home never reaches a point where it looks messy or neglected. Because cleaning is done lightly and frequently, the home maintains a constant feeling of freshness. When you walk into the room, it immediately looks cared for. And that sense of care is what makes even a modest home feel high-end. Another habit that contributes to the expensive look of Japanese homes is the evening reset. Before bed, each room is returned to its proper order. Cushions are straightened, throws are folded neatly, mats are aligned, and tables are cleared. This practice doesn't take long, but it creates structure and intention. You're not allowing the day's chaos to roll over into the next morning. When you wake up, your home already feels organized and serene. A nightly reset removes visual noise, things that distract the eye and make a space look cheaper or busier than it actually is. When surfaces are tidy and objects are exactly where they belong, the home maintains the quiet, minimalist elegance that Japanese interiors are known for. Japanese homes also change subtly with the seasons. This doesn't require a full redesign, just thoughtful adjustments. In warmer months, lighter fabrics like linen or soft cotton help the home feel airy and cool. In colder months, thicker materials such as wool, flannel, or knitted textiles bring warmth and depth. Rotating bedding, Cushion covers or decorative textiles a few times a year keeps the home fresh and aligned with the natural environment. This also prevents the home from feeling stale or monotonous. These seasonal touches make the space feel intentionally designed, not static. Even if nothing else changes, rotating textiles adds an element of refinement that elevates the home's appearance. There's a psychological reason certain homes look more expensive than others. It's not just about the furniture or decor, it's about the way space is organized and perceived. Japanese interiors rely heavily on this principle. They understand that simplicity communicates value, while clutter communicates chaos. Many homes are arranged around the idea of showcasing things. Every wall has something on it, every shelf is full, and every corner holds an object. While this may feel expressive or personal, it often makes a home feel visually overwhelming. Japanese design takes the opposite approach. Instead of trying to impress the eye, it guides the eye. Rooms are arranged so that when you walk in, your vision flows naturally from one area to another. Pathways are clear. Corners are open. Surfaces have breathing room. This creates instant calm. It also makes the space feel larger, cleaner, and more expensive. When the eye isn't forced to process too much at once, the home feels more refined. And this has nothing to do with cost, only with how the space is organized. Another principle that elevates Japanese interiors is mindful placement. Objects are placed with intention, not simply put down wherever there's room. This includes furniture, decor, and even everyday items. Instead of strict symmetry, Japanese spaces often use subtle asymmetry. A plant might sit slightly to the side of a console. A vase might not be centered on a table. These small shifts make the home feel natural and lived in, rather than staged. Mindful placement also avoids overcrowding. Each item is given its own space to be appreciated. When objects are arranged thoughtfully, even simple decor appears more sophisticated. The home feels calm, organized, and quietly luxurious. Once the foundation is in place, it's the final touches that truly elevate a home. Japanese interiors are known for simple, subtle adjustments that create a strong sense of atmosphere. These details don't require a large budget, yet they transform the entire experience of the space. Lighting plays a major role in how expensive a home feels. Japanese interiors rarely rely on one strong overhead light. Instead, they use layers of lighting, lamps, floor lights, or indirect lighting to create a warm, inviting glow. Soft light adds depth to the room. It highlights textures and smooth surfaces. It creates shadows that add dimension. This type of lighting makes any space feel more comfortable and refined. Art and wall decor are framed in simple, neutral frames. These frames don't compete with the artwork or the room. They blend in, allowing the space to feel cohesive and polished. Busy frames with loud colors or ornate designs can make a home feel less elegant. Neutral framing, on the other hand, contributes to the home's overall calm and minimalist appeal. One of the easiest ways to upgrade a home is to maintain consistency. This includes matching wood tones, using similar textiles throughout the space, and sticking to a clear color palette. When materials flow naturally from one room to another, the entire home feels unified. This makes the space feel more curated and intentionally designed, one of the hallmarks of a luxury aesthetic. Japanese homes excel in invisible organization. Cords are hidden. Storage is discreet. Items that aren't being used or put away. Shelves aren't overloaded. This keeps the home visually clean and minimizes distractions. The less clutter the eye has to process, the more refined and high-end the home looks. Finally, scent and sound are subtle elements that shift the entire atmosphere. A light incense, a small candle, or an essential oil diffuser adds warmth without being overwhelming. Soft background music, when used sparingly, adds calmness to the space. These sensory details make the home feel peaceful and thoughtful. They give the impression of a well-maintained, high-quality environment. Everything in this process builds upon the last. Clear surfaces make textures stand out. Textures interact beautifully with soft lighting. Lighting enhances your furniture and decor choices. And when everything is placed with intention, the entire home feels elevated. It's not one big transformation. It's the layering of small, consistent habits and thoughtful decisions. When combined, these elements create a home that feels expensive, calm, and effortlessly beautiful. Creating a home that feels expensive isn't about spending more. It's about thinking differently. Small, intentional choices in color, light, texture, and organization can transform any space. Start with one corner today. Clear a table, add a plant, adjust your lighting. Watch as your home begins to breathe elegance naturally. If you found these Japanese-inspired tips useful, give this video a like, share it with someone who loves beautiful spaces, and subscribe for more insights into the art of everyday luxury. Your journey to a more refined, effortless home starts now.